so we're here to test out some of the new Lethality options, some of the new armor pen options. Let me fix my FPS real quick. Sorry, few problems. Gotta do this. Alright, good. So, if you guys haven't seen, Collector got a pretty nice buff, and I was kind of anti-Collector, but getting 5 bonus attack damage and 5% more crit, and then also having the synergy with LDR, which no longer gives Giant Slayer passive, but gives 40% armor pen. And, you know, honestly, Grudge, it only gives scaling percent armor pen based off of the lethality you get, but this can actually open you to more options, because you're getting 40% guaranteed armor pen, which can lead to many different types of itemization. You don't have to actually stick around with lethality, like we're not locked into getting lethality. So, I'm going to test this out and see how it works, and the reason why, obviously, Collector, I mean, both got a pretty big buff for Assassins, I would say, so, I mean, the synergy between them, you're getting 50% crit, they're both giving 25% crit. And if you wanted to, you can go full crit, go, you know, 100%. Let's see. I'm trying to think, is there any ADC items that give you abilities? I know Essence Reaver got a bit of a change here as well. That gives you a good amount of ability haste, but it mostly just refunds your mana, which isn't that good of a passive. I wouldn't really say that's too necessary. And in the edge, a lot of damage if we want that. I don't believe there's a Navori no more. No more Navori unless I'm blind. Okay, holding on to my smite. There's double ADC in bot lane here, so I can't really do anything about this. Oh, it's Jhin support. Okay. A little interesting. So, if you guys haven't seen my runes, I'm taking for Carvis. This is the new sudden impact that's nerfed. It's nowhere near as good as it was before, so it's going to be a little bit interesting to try this out. And then I also have this new tonic, which the first elixir, it just gives you 40 gold, and it gives you extra push power in lane. So if you're going to be shoving a wave in, you can usually use it in for your reset if you want. Bonus 40 gold. The main reason that you get these elixirs is for level 6 and 9. The adaptive damage at level 6 is really nice for like an early spike, and then level 9 you get a free ability level up, which is a lot of damage. A lot of damage. One second. Go around with my keys. Playing on the PB, so it's a little bit weird. Everything is all set up. I definitely feel like my favorite thing about split number 2 so far, and I've been trying out games of all types of Kayn, you know, tank, bruiser, assassin, assassin, everything. It's so much more itemization to work around with. It's very interesting. I really like how the itemization's flowing, and then like kind of adapting to the setups, like, you know, having to adapt to like, you know, pretty core runes that a lot of people relied on for a very long time. Like just the tenacity rune is a big one. It's taken away. Sudden impact was a big one that got a pretty hard nerf. It's been a lot of fun type of stuff. And in Genius Hunter, I think in Genius Hunter, like, this is a really big patch. I don't think people are realizing how big this truly is. And Genius Hunter removal was nuts, dude. Not to say. Alright. I'm just looking for a gank there, but I don't find it. I'll just keep farming up. It's fine. Just keep farming up for right now. Whenever you can't really look for early ganks with this clear, you just keep farming. Gotta farm my bot side, and then I'll head on over towards see, when I'm around, that's when I look for the ganks, but if there's nothing to be found, then I'm just gonna keep farming, right? There's really reason to overforce anything. I'll like hover certain vicinities and be like, okay, if there's a gank here, I'll gank it. If not, I'm actually just gonna pop my elixir because I want the 40 gold. Look like I'm gonna be going into a lane anytime soon. Bot lane's guard. Fine. Oh, the Akali collapse. I'm trying to think, can I do anything for her? She's out. She's out. Alright. So, first items first, we're going to be getting Collector. So, what I'm thinking is I want to get a good amount of lethality with crit, but I also want ability haste. Ionia boots will be good. Collector. Armor pen. I wouldn't really say Axiom Arc. You know, Profane would be really nice. Too bad Profane's kind of locked. I think Hubris would be really good, would you say? Here's a kind of question. What if I went like Hubris into Collector into LDR? But I do kind of want to test out how good 40% armor pen is early on, because most of the time you're locked into getting armor pen at like a 3rd item. But with this, you'd be able to get a 2nd item. So I'll test that out. But I think it would not be a bad option. I think Shojin Loki could be good as well, because the passive of Shojin does, which just enhances your ability powers. It lowers the CD, but also enhances the damage. So if you have very high damage ratios, the scaling's pretty nice with that. Like I said, there's a lot of fun itemization you can do right now. I definitely look to like make a graphic and maybe even like a mini, look 2 guide. That'd be a good idea. I'm sure a lot of people will be hella confused because there's so much going on right now. A lot of wait, it wasn't even warded. How do you know that was? Okay, I thought he had it warded, but he just blind. I had both streams off. What? I was talking about Rek'Sai. I wasn't talking about Bova. Notice. Okay. Just gotta keep farming. Bit of a farm heavy game, but yeah, it is kind of difficult to like look for any ganks in place. Say you. That's my mid laner, by the way. Probably gonna be my duo for the next split start. If you guys didn't see, they actually added duo back to Master Splits as well. That'll be really fun. Be really cool to play around with. I love that. Absolutely love it. I'm the dragon right now? They are. They were, sorry. Hurting. Perhaps. Alright. Collector, almost have. They'll have a BF sword instead of a pickaxe as well, so that's a little bit of a harder component to buy than a pickaxe, but I definitely think it's worth to get. So always try to prioritize getting a BF sword if you can, as opposed to getting the Dirk, because it's gonna be a lot harder to be able to like full buy that. Because Dirk, you can get a couple long swords and build into it, but if you can ever buy a BF sword, I'd recommend getting the BF sword all the way. Alright, gonna put my elixir. So this is gonna give me 20 adaptive force, giving me good damage here. Can I kill this guy? Will not. Okay, I'd take the kill on Briar and wave. Very passive game we're playing here, but not really much opportunity I have, to be honest. Because even my boots I'm getting very delayed. Usually the way that magical footwear is balanced is that usually if you get 2 or 3 KP, I'd say around 3 KP, like 2.7, and it's worth the value of taking it. Otherwise it'd be better to get, I forget the name of it, but there's this new rune. Gives you money back upon buying legendary items. It's a pretty low rate. I'm sure they're going to buff the numbers on it. It's just so weird because it's going to be always contesting with magical footwear, and magical footwear is just such a key component for junglers. It's so weird that they did that. I would have much more enjoyed this new rune being added on the row 2 as opposed to being put on row 1. Does anyone here know the name of it? not, it's fine. I can always look it up after, but it's the new rune that gives you gold back on their purchases. Cashback. Cashback. Oh, look, I get the extra ability now. Oop. Cashback was in like row 2. I feel like it'd be really, really nice to have. Not as good as Futures Market, but is that the info form because I'm not getting it? Yeah, die here. Yeah, I'm just gonna run him away. Possible for me to get my form because they're just playing. Rek'Sai's just only going bot and their bot lane's just never even in running mid perma. Oh, they are still builds out of the same components. I guess I should just camp top and just get my form from there, but it's just so like tedious. Oh, shield up. Okay. An orb off. Yeah, I know. I wanted to infra form there so I can get my form, but then Rek'Sai was there. So everywhere I go, Rek'Sai's there. It's so unfortunate. I just realized it's Briar Lane. I didn't even know that. Briar and Lane. There's no ult. It just gets a kill. Now let's get my red form first and wait it out. What's up, Mondo? How's it going? High Elo Raid. How's it going, Mondo? Nice to see you. Doing well, sir. Oh my god, what the hell? Okay, break down his shield. Dodge that. Oh, nice. Good. Challenger Mondo in. Hey, Mondo, you ready for split 2? I don't know if you play PvE, bro. I feel like what would help you climb a little bit, Mondo, is if you played a little bit of PvE before the next split starts. I feel like getting ahead of the patch, like being ahead of the learning curve is very big. If you want any pointers, I can give you. I know you play top lane, Mondo. There's some really good tank items for Sion, especially. If you actually want to climb, I'd recommend playing like tanks in top lane. I think that's your main role still, right? Tanks in top lane are going to be really good. ADCs as well are going to be really good. So basically, the formatting of next patch is really coming out to become a front to back meta, where you're going to be playing for your front. You're going to be playing like front line, back line. So just playing like tanks and ADCs, playing off hyper carries. So if you play ADCs or hyper carries really good, I'd recommend doing a lot of that and you'll climb. The tanks, recommend you do a lot of that and you'll climb because yeah, this new item, I don't know if you know what it is yet. It's called Overlord's Bloodmail, and I'll just read it to you. It's crazy. It gave me 100 damage off of just the first passive alone. So it gives you 2% of your health as attack damage and gain up 10% increase attack damage based on percent missing health. So off of the first passive alone, the 2%, I was getting like 50 damage with 3 items last game, and then the other passive proc, you get like a bonus other 30, 40. So it's like you get like 120, 130 damage from one item. And that was with, I think, around 4.8k HP. And you know Sion, you know, can get up to, this is one item Sion with 3k HP and barely any stacks. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then a lot of the tank items got buffed. Like Sunfire got buffed, Gives Abilities, and then Despair got buffed. Fimbulwinter got buffed. A lot of items got buffed. But right now I'm doing Collector. So Collector just got a pretty big buff. They buffed the damage by around 5, and they upped the crit by around 5%. And LDR also got a pretty nice change. They got rid of the Giant Slayer passive, which honestly never really did anything for Assassins because sometimes you like to get like Edge of Night or some other HP items. And they just gave it 40% armor pen, and it also gives 25% crit. So look at the numbers on this bad boy. 45 attack damage, 40% armor pen, like this, right? So Assassins have a little bit of nice stuff to work with, a little bit more unique itemization, I'd say, work around. Alright, it's gonna be gold, Scion only. I think it's pretty impossible not to climb, because the cool thing about playing in PvE and understanding the next patch is that people watching and or playing in PvE and understand this stuff will be so ahead of the learning curve, because a lot of players that are gonna be playing, what is it, in a couple days when the new season starts, they're not gonna be understanding what items are actually good and what items aren't good. And I'll tell you right now, any of the new items that you see are really good. So if your champion like matches the criteria of what's like, you know, HP and damage, if our ability haste, if they match that criteria, then they should probably build it, and it will probably be really good on them. But there also was some like negatives. Like, I don't know if you guys take sudden impact. It has a they more than doubled the CD team. I can't speak CD time on it, and they also got rid of the armor magic pen and just added true damage. It's not the worst. It's not the best. Depends on the champ you play. Like for Kayn, it's not that bad. It is. I don't know. Rek'Sai just spent the entire game going to my jungle invading me. Very weird. Panic also gets 80 base on HP. Yeah, exactly. More synergy. So this is what a 2-item spike looks like. Sorry, I kind of just farmed this entire game, but it was very hard for me to actually get my form and play this game normally. Nobody in this game was actually like playing. It's PvE, kind of like whatever you get in terms of quality of games. When the split starts, I mean, I'll definitely fiddle around more with some itemization choices. But this is some very nice stuff right here. Oh, out of here. Only one I could really fight with on the team is my Akali. It's very nice to have like an Akali and a Kayn on the same team, because the synergy between AD and AP damage, both have a good mix of both. But it's very hard for the enemies to itemize into us. Nice. Get the kill and get out. Not bad, not bad. Send you some juice in the Discord, very powerful deck. Okay, sounds good. Check it out. Yeah, and also another PSA I feel like I should give you guys is don't take Relentless Hunter next patch. I would definitely recommend not doing it. Get more comfortable with like Treasure Hunter. And then they also removed Ingenious Hunter, so a lot of item haste got nerfed because there's a lot of items that just are way too broken. Item haste. It's actually pretty neat balancing. I feel like this split is really going more into like problems. I feel like Riot is definitely tackling a lot of like big issues in the game earlier on, which is quite nice. Okay. I had like an aneurysm there trying to smite it. Because I have like new PvP, so all my settings and like that. Sudden impact. So yeah, at this point, I mean, I think I would just want to tie this build together with some ability haste. Essence Reaver would not be a bad idea, to be honest. Essence Reaver doesn't seem bad at all, just because you're getting so much crit and then also ability haste. It's literally the two best things you can get. The mana passive is a little bit undervalued. Like, it's a little bit meh. You don't really need it, but it's not horrible to get, right? It's not necessary. And then I guess if you wanted a final crit item, this new one seems pretty interesting, the Untail, but there's a lot of options. You could always get Infinity Edge, because I mean you're getting a full 100% crit, right? A crit on Kayn. I mentioned this earlier, but I'll mention it again because you just came from the stream. But Lecter just got a pretty big buff where it's giving 5 more crit, 5 more AD. And LDR got a very unique change to where they removed the Giant Slayer passive, but they gave it 40% armor pen. So you're able to get a lot of armor pen at second item, as opposed to having to wait like much further in the game at the armor pen item. And it's second now, which gives you a higher yield. It's a very nice itemization to kind of work around, and then yeah, you get the 50% crit, which is very nice as well. And you can kind of choose to go like a different route in terms of what you want. itemization wise. But, oh my god, I almost one-shotted there without even hitting my W. Jesus. That was with a crit. I have a higher burst. So imagine I get the edge. Out here. Dodge that. Okay. Nice. Mic is tweaking. Wait, is it? Voice gate on mic might be a little too high. Some words are cutting off. Is it? Oh. Sorry, it's a new PC. I still gotta fix all the settings. Not everything's perfect yet. Sorry. But, what was I saying? Yeah, no, I think this build's pretty good. It gives a lot of bursts. Gives a lot of, room for many different build paths. As long as you're getting, like, these 2 items and then getting, like, a good amount of ability haste, you should be fine. That's why I'm getting Essence Reaver right now, and then I get my tier 2 boots. Boy. I have a lot of gold here, so fighting's a little bit ambitious. Hi, what's up, Maxis? Yeah, just had them run there. Because I can, like, keep the play alive. I do something like this. Great. SP, just walk away. Not bad, not bad. Alrighty. Let's reset here. I'd be walking around and trying to cue me over this wall. He might. Sneaky little Scion. Alright, sweet. We got the crit. 75% crit. Yeah, then we just top this off with an Infinity Edge here and we're good. Yeah, so I definitely think if you want with this itemization, the best itemization with this would be a Hubris Rush into Collector, LDR, Essence Reaver, Infinity Edge. And then Ionia Boots. Oh my god, the amount of damage you would deal with that high damage output and then the crit alongside the guaranteed 100% crit, dude, you could be critting for like up to 2k. That'd be insane. Imagine just one auto, 1 kill. And then let's add a little bit more onto that. First strike with the new changes, how it gives more damage. If I were to take first strike and just auto somebody once, it'd be around like 2300 damage off of just one auto alone. Stark Harvest obviously need to get them low for it to proc, so. Or even so, I could go like Hail of Blades. You know? Hit Briar, use Q, Darkside's dead here, and auto the Jhin, and auto you, and auto you. Oh no, on ya. Yeah, too tanky with that. I know this itemization has a lot of optimizing to go into it, but it goes kind of crazy. Did they add crit scaling to Kayn on PvE? They added crit scaling on a lot of items, and then they buffed the Collector and LDR. And because Kayn can itemize both Collector and LDR very well, that's why we're going more of a crit route. And now we're just matching the runes. I wanted to try out this rune setup. Like, this is kind of just a base rune setup because I wanted to see how, like, sudden impact and everything felt. Sudden impact, honestly, doesn't even feel that bad. Like, genuinely. I thought it would feel worse, but it actually doesn't feel that bad. But I think, all in all, if you guys are going to do this crit setup, I would recommend going Hail of Blades. And, probably the same inspiration tree. I mean, I personally like this triple tonic rune. I think Cosmic Insight might be better. But it does feel really good to get a level 6 20 adaptive damage and then level 9 extra ability. Usually nets you like, maybe an extra 45 damage. Like, pretty insane, I'm not gonna lie to you. Did I actually go this build? Yeah, 100%. I mean, listen, the main reason I'm going this build is because the stats are so overwhelmingly high that you can kind of get away with doing something a little bit more funny, you know? It definitely is a little bit more funny, but you have to understand, 40% armor pen, second item is insane. Like, that's absolutely absurd. The fact that that's in the game is quite nuts. Then Collector, yeah, it just gives more value. Collector's already, like, a not bad item, so the fact that it's giving you even more to work with. Then the fact that you can get a Billy Haste pretty easily, too. Yeah, no, I bonk. Bonk. Double crit. I'm telling you guys, I genuinely think this build's like pretty nasty. I'll definitely optimize it a little bit more and give you guys more of a concrete build, but this is just my first day testing out the patches, and then obviously the patch doesn't go live for a couple days. So we have some time to work and stuff. Oh, no, the damage reduction, I couldn't one bop. Alright, so this is what my stats will look like. So 395 damage. So imagine 395 damage. If I were to first buy Hubris, I can get around 500 damage with 100% crit. Wait, that's crazy, dude. Then Ionia boot, so that'd be 25%. So 40%. 40% haste is not bad with Halo Blades. If I wanted more haste, I could even take Transcendent and Gathering Storm secondary and get even more damage. I can get around like 550 damage with bonus. What's this Transcendence give you? Like another 15, and then the passive, which gives you like kind of a Navori passive. Dude, I'm telling you, man, this has been so fun playing on PvE, just cooking up and testing out items and builds. It's actually really enjoyable. I recommend all of you get a PvE account at some point. But I mean, obviously, most patches aren't going to be this big, but this is literally the start of a new split. Okay, ignore this guy, but it's literally the start of a new split. So the fact that there's all this cool stuff happening is pretty rad. I'm being honest, pretty rad. I call he Faker. Oh, it's Sayu. Sayu's a high-low player. Same with Mark. It's on support Jin, dude. I don't know what happened over there. Wait, what the hell? Hey, you get back here. I'm just gonna kill this guy by critting him. But I didn't even exit out of my ulti yet. I was still inside there. What? I was inside that, man. Dude. Crit build actually feels so legit, by the way. It is legitness. Legitness. Alright, Udyr, go in the game. Get attack speed boots? Nah, that's unnecessary. And what I said, Haxton's Halo Blades. Guaranteed 3 auto. Those 3 autos will kill anybody. Anybody. I guarantee it. Rek'Sai. Look, Rek'Sai Death Stance there. That was like, what, 2 autos? Imagine 3 insta autos into a WQ. Nobody's surviving that. Nobody's surviving that. And then with Hubris, wait. I didn't even factor in the abilities I'm getting from Hubris. It's 15, right? That's another 15 abilities, so yeah, we get like 55 abilities. That's a good amount. Let's see. Blue buff gives you abilities, right? How much do you guys know how much CDR 55 abilities gives? I want to end the game, but I kind of want to see. This is just for like testing. Okay, I'm gonna go get the blue. 'Cause I believe blue at this point gives you 15 abilities. Let's see. What would my actual full build give me? What's that mark? I'm 60. It's not the same. 37%. Okay. That's around what I thought. Okay, so 50 is 30. Okay, so it'd be 33. So around 35%. 35% CDR. That's really good. The crit Kayn is cooked. Bonk. Bonk. Ow. She sent 4 people top. Yeah, I don't know why they sent everybody for me when we have an Akali. They just murders everybody. Holy. Udyr's just going for the end. Let's go, Udyr. Alright, GG's. Peace out, YouTube.